Alright, in this video I will provide you with 5 reasons why convicted felons should not be allowed to vote. First of all, I'm not an absolutist on this. Many states allow courts to restore a convicted felon's right to vote if he can demonstrate that he has turned things around. I have no problem with this. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin. Reason number 1. Felons break the social contract. The government and criminal law are legitimate because of a social contract that exists between people in a society. As a citizen, my country will protect me from outside threats. Police will also protect my freedoms and property rights. As a citizen, I also have the right to vote and control how my taxes are being spent. In exchange for what I receive as a citizen, I have the responsibility to pay taxes, serve on juries if called to do so, and to follow the law. If I commit a serious violation of the law, a felony, then I violated the rules of the social contract. I should no longer expect to receive all of the same benefits as a law-abiding citizen. This means my right to vote can rightfully be removed from me. Reason number 2. The ideal voter respects rights of others and has good moral character. It's been proposed before that only people who can pass literacy or civics tests should be allowed to vote. The idea is if someone cannot read and does not understand basics of how the government works, that person should not be allowed to vote. This sort of objection makes sense in principle, but in practice, it's difficult to enforce. Tests are an inconvenience which can discourage working people from voting. They are also expensive to administer. Due to these problems, the US does not require voters to demonstrate any sort of competence before voting. They just have to be over the age of 18. The US does not deny the right to vote to convicted felons, and by committing felonies, I can see why they generally make for poor voters. Most, although not all, felons have violated someone's rights. Why should someone who has violated someone's rights be permitted to vote? They shouldn't. I'd also say that it's fair to conclude that in general, felons have poor moral character when compared to the law-abiding population. This would make them poor voters in general. I'll play the intro and then provide 3 more reasons. Reason number 3. There shouldn't be a felon voting bloc. Our political parties try to appeal to certain voting blocs. For example, gun owners, unions, retired people. You get what I'm referring to. I don't want there to be a felon voting bloc. As amusing as it would be to see Hillary Clinton doing some sort of political rally at a prison, the idea is just unappealing to me. I don't think it would be appropriate for politicians to adopt political platforms that appeal to criminals. Obviously, I would have concerns at how adopting such a political platform could affect my rights as a law-abiding citizen. I don't want, for example, my property rights to be reduced or eliminated because some politician wants prisoners and convicted felons to vote for her. Reason number 4. Felons suffer from drug addiction and mental health problems. Why do people commit felony crimes? The vast majority of the time, it is due to drug addiction, mental health problems, or a combination of both of these things. Obviously, drug addicts and crazy people aren't the type of people who we want voting in our elections. We want sober people exercising rational thought and judgment. Obviously, some felons can overcome their addictions, and I'm okay with restoring a felon's right to vote if they can demonstrate good character. I do, however, believe it is good public policy to bar felons from voting. Reason number 5. Disenfranchisement is an additional motive to develop good character. Suppose a criminal gets convicted of a crime and loses his right to vote. After his conviction, he becomes interested in politics. An important election is approaching and the criminal wants to vote in it. The felon learns his state will restore the right to vote if the felon can show good character. If politics is important to this individual, he may quit drinking, get a job, or do other things to reform himself and establish good character. This will allow him to regain the right to vote. None of these things may have happened to him if his right to vote had not been initially taken away. This is one of the reasons why I support banning felons from voting, but also support allowing them to get their right to vote restored. If you like this video, please subscribe and please click the like button.